Hi, I'm Fred from NEMC. I'm so excited that you chose to play the saxophone. I'm a fellow saxophone player also. I've been playing the saxophone since the 4th grade, believe it or not, a long, long time ago, and I still play today. It's a great instrument, and today we're just going to take a little bit of time to show you how to properly take the instrument out of its case, how to assemble the different parts of the instrument, and how to put it away so that it's stored properly. Let's start with the case. Every saxophone case has 2 latches on the front. You want to unlatch those and make sure the case is flat on the table. If the case is not flat on the table when you're unlatching, we have the potential of the instrument rolling out onto the floor and causing damage to the instrument. Not a good thing. First piece that you'll take out is the saxophone body and bell and keys. It's the largest part of the saxophone, and it's probably the part that got you the most excited because it's a beautiful instrument. At the top of the instrument, you'll find an end plug. It's usually made of black plastic, and that can be removed. This is going to be put away back into your case. You're going to need it later. The next piece that we'll take out is called the gooseneck. The gooseneck goes where the end plug just came out. If it doesn't fit easily, you'll need to loosen the screw on the side here. This is called the neck screw. And this screw, once it's loosened, will allow the neck to slide into the instrument body very easily. Wiggle it back and forth until it's all the way in, and then line up the neck with the bell of the instrument so that the neck is facing you, the player, and it's in line with the bell of the instrument. Once you have that in place, not like this and not like that, but like this, you will tighten the neck screw. That's going to hold the neck from moving from left to right, and it's going to keep it where it needs to be to play. Now we can put the body and the neck down on the table, and we're going to take out the next part of the instrument. The next part you'll need is the mouthpiece. The mouthpiece will typically come with a cap on the mouthpiece. We'll remove the cap, and we're going to put that back in the case with the end plug. Now you'll have the reed, the ligature, and mouthpiece all together. The next step will be to remove the ligature by loosening the screws on the ligature and taking the ligature off. You can put that down. Remove the reed from the mouthpiece, and now it's time to wet your reed. Every reed needs to be wet to make the right sound. So you'll put this in your mouth and soak the reed a little bit. It's going to taste a little icky at first, but you get used to that taste. That's what all reeds taste like. It's wood, and it tastes a little woody. Once it's wet, the next step is to put the reed on the mouthpiece properly. The reed has a curved edge, and it has a flat edge. The flat edge is going to meet the flat edge of the mouthpiece, like so. You'll then use your thumb to hold the reed in place while adjusting it up and down to make sure you have the right height for the reed. If the reed is too high, it won't play. It's going to be impossible to play. If it's too low, it also will be very airy and won't play very well. So you want to line up the curve of the reed with the curve of the mouthpiece. Once that's in line, use your thumb to hold it in place and your other hand to pick up the ligature and slide it on top without damaging the reed. You may need to make some small adjustments. That's what I'm doing right now, to get the reed where we want it to be for playing. And then we can tighten the top and the bottom ligature screw. You don't need to over tighten these screws. Just tight enough to hold the reed to the mouthpiece. The next step would be to look for, in your case, a cork grease. Cork grease typically comes in this shape. It's a chapstick style cork grease. Take a cap off the cork grease and just raise a little bit of the cork grease out of the container, and you're going to apply this by stroking it against the cork on the gooseneck of the saxophone. Once you have that done, you can just smooth that cork grease onto the cork, and it's time to put the mouthpiece on the sax. It'll go on nice and gently because you put the cork grease on. That's basically all there is to putting the instrument together. The next step would be to look for your neck strap. Every saxophone case will come with a neck strap. The neck strap is something that you put over your neck, and it takes most of the weight of the instrument when you're playing. There is a ring on the back of the saxophone, and that's where we'll attach the neck strap. It clicks on quite easily, and now you're ready to play the sax. Now, course, your teacher will give you your first lesson. They'll explain to you how to get a great sound and how to put the instrument in your mouth. But these are all things that you can do before going to class. Get a feel for putting the instrument together. And now we're going to show you how to take it apart and how to put it back in its case without causing any damage. If once you get started playing and you want to put the instrument down, you can put your instrument back in its case. That's probably the best place to keep it. I don't recommend putting it on a chair or on a table where it can fall off. If you have a stand that's made for saxophones, that's also another great place where you can store your saxophone. And you know it's going to be safe and not get damaged. So now we're ready to take the saxophone apart and put it back in the case. Usually I put my neck strap away. I will fold it up. I'll take the mouthpiece off of the neck. And this is a point where you can decide if you want to take your reed off. We do have reed containers that will hold the reed. Or you can leave it on the mouthpiece and use the cap to protect the reed. Put that back in the case. Remember, the neck screw will now be loosened. And we'll remove our neck by wiggling back and forth. We don't want to push too hard, you could bend the neck. Put that back where it belongs in the case. Find your end plug and put the end plug back into the saxophone. And put the body of the saxophone away in the case. I caution you to not put books or pencils or anything large on top of your saxophone. Young students sometimes will place lesson books inside the case, and that's a sure way of damaging the keys, bending your keys, and causing a costly repair. So try to avoid that at all costs. We do have a space in the case. There's a nice pocket here that you can put all your accessories, including your cork grease, tuners, neck strap, things of that nature. And when you're ready, you can close up your case. Take it home and go practice. I hope you really enjoyed playing the saxophone. This has been a fun video. See you soon.